Every successful options trader has a thoughtful approach to picking trades with the highest likelihood for success. Let's walk through specific elements that impact how to develop your process. The bottom line here is if you want to be successful in trading, there are a number of things to consider prior to putting on a trade. So pay close attention. In this section, you will learn how to judge the health of a stock and company through analyzing the fundamental data and earnings reports. Determine the impact liquidity has on options when putting a trade together. Assess the climate of the stock based on trend and volatility. And adapt the tips provided on finding opportunity to your trading. So let's go into finding opportunity. At this point, I think you're probably realizing that there needs to be a method in place if you're going to excel in options trading. The first thing that you're going to want to do is start with a well-established company. And the reason for that is because you want to be trading options that, have some type of fundamental backdrop for the stock that makes sense for your strategy. Also, you want well-established EPS data. You want to be able to look and measure how the company has performed over time to help you base your option strategy. Also, you want liquid common shares. So options are just an offshoot of stocks, and so how well the common shares, so the stock shares trade, is going to be very important to how the options trade. If the underlying stock is very liquid, oftentimes you'll have tight bid-ask spreads in the options market. So let's go ahead and look at what financials information looks like for a company. So when I talk about well-established earnings data, let's go ahead and look at this example. And this is the financial area of Investopedia. And we're looking at a stock, Lam Research, which I'm very familiar with. It's a great company. I own it personally. But let's look at how the net income has been trending over the past few years. Well, as you can see, it tends to be going higher. Okay? So if I'm bullish on this stock, it makes sense for me to put an options strategy that's bullish, put it together on a company that actually has bullish fundamental data. So the financial health of a company is very important. If your own personal health is important, you got to think that the financial health of a company is also important. So the key here through this whole course is you need to stack the odds in your favor when you are setting up your options trades. You also need to analyze sales and earnings, right? You want to figure out what's the trend of the sales. Are they going up? Are they going down? What about earnings? Are they making more money than they did in previous years? Or are they losing money, etc.? Also, you want to analyze forward guidance. So sometimes, you can listen to an earnings call and you can listen to the higher ups at the company as they go through what their expectations are in the future for the company. It's very important. And then lastly, you want to consider the overall health of the company. So are they firing on all cylinders? Are they in a sector that is doing really well, that people overall are bullish on the industry? Those are the things that you have to think about when you think about the health of a company. So what I have here is a screenshot of what I actually do on a daily basis. So at my research company, I'm constantly grading stocks and looking for stocks that have very good positive momentum, especially earnings and sales momentum. So if we look at Lam Research, which is the company's financials that I showed you just a minute ago, if you just focus right down here in this section where it says positive, I already have an algo that's already been created, and I'm able to then look at what is the 3-year earnings per share growth of Lam Research. It's 40%. That's off the charts. What's the 3-year sales growth? It's almost 21%. What's the 1-year sales growth, etc.? And then, how is Lam Research doing versus the S&P 500? It's actually outperforming. So if I'm bullish on Lam Research, which at this moment I am, it's because the fundamental picture actually sets up nicely.